A wonderful morning to our viewers across the world. It's Ayo Adams on the sports segment of the weekend show, and football is back. The Premier League has returned, and so has the La Liga, and so has the Ligue 1. It's been an exciting couple of pre-seasons, transfer news and transfer buzzes, but the Premier League returns after 75 days across, multiple regions, and it's been exciting for football fans across the world. Well, like I said, the Premier League is back. Let's have the feed to welcome back the new season. Exciting season that was last season, 2020-2023 season. We're now back into the new season. Manchester City kicked off the Premier League season with Burnley yesterday at the Turf Moor, defeating the team 3-0, with Erling Haaland being the first player to score the first and second goal ever in a Premier League season. What a magnificent record the man has started to break all over again. He kicked off last season scoring against West Ham, and he has done that again at Burnley at the Turf Moor, where Pep Guardiola defeated his former captain, Vincent Company. Well, joining me live on Zoom from Lagos to discuss the breakdown and the lowdown of the Premier League and across multiple regions and the La Liga and every other groundbreaking information and updates across world of football is Church Arokodare from Lagos. Good morning, Church. How are you doing?
In a long time.
Church, can you hear me? Well, yeah, I can hear you. Morning. Good morning. How is Lagos?
Very good, very good. Thank God.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right then. The Premier League kick-started last night, and it was such an exciting anticipation across the world of football. Beginning with the transfer sagas, beginning with players moving in and out, beginning with Arsenal stunning Manchester City at the Community Shield. But let's get started with the Premier League in entirety. How excited are you that the Premier League is back? How excited are you that we get to watch football on a day-to-day, on a weekly basis, Premier League, La Liga, League One, and every other league across the world?
Football is back. It's back. It's been a long wait. It's been a very long wait. We're happy that it's back. I can't wait for. Yesterday was a good watch. Man City doing what they normally do. Today's matches, I can't wait for them. Weekend, Monday, Man U plays. Glory, Man United.
All right, let's talk about Manchester City. Talking about coming back to winning ways, it's another season. It's another season again for them. It's another season for they seek global dominance yet again. Pep Guardiola, we know him as a man who doesn't like complacency, and that was shown right, up there against Burnley yesterday at the Turf Moor. But couple of minutes into the game, Kevin De Bruyne pulled an injury, and it somehow looked like, would City would they struggle against the Burnley side? But eventually, the man of the hour, Erling Haaland, got on that header from Rodri, got on another goals from Julian Alvarez, and then Man City buried the game 3-0. What is Man City cooking this season? What is Pep cooking with Man City this season?
I think every season Pep finds a way to evolve his team. Last season we saw him do with Haaland, bringing in a top 9, which he doesn't normally regularly use. This season he's starting to play Haaland and Alvarez as well. I think it's going to be a very interesting season for Man City. Even if I don't think they'll win the league, but I think it's going to be very, very, very difficult and interesting. We can't wait for it. We can't wait for it. As regards De Bruyne, I think I read somewhere yesterday that I think he's starting to lose it physically.
Yeah.
Might not be as fit as he used to be. So maybe very soon we might be hearing that he's retired if this continues the way it's going. But besides that, City are looking like City, 3-0. Good starts. Hopefully the other top 4 participants or contestants can do the same thing this weekend.
All right, talking about the other top 4 contestants, being able to hold their own against Manchester City, which brings me to, the talk about Premier League contenders. Chelsea didn't just clean out their houses. They brought in new, vibrant young players, the likes of Jackson and Kuku, and some other top players. But at the helm of affairs, they have Mauricio Pochettino, who is widely known for being able to metamorphose young talent into brilliant players. We saw him carrying Tottenham to the second place in the Premier League the season that Leicester won it. We also saw him, take Leicester City to take Tottenham, I beg your pardon, to the Champions League final and lost to Jurgen Klopp. So that's for Chelsea. For Manchester United, at the helm of affairs is still Erik ten Hag, ruthlessly making crazy decisions. As he's asked Harry Maguire away from the captainship, brought in Bruno Fernandes as the new captain. We saw him bringing in the young star from Atalanta, and then we go to Spurs, who lost Harry Kane, and we come to Arsenal, who defeated Manchester City. Who stand in the way? Liverpool also have brought in some formidable players. Szoboszlai came in from Germany, Alex McAllister came in from Brighton. Amongst these four teams, who are the contenders for the Premier League aside Manchester City? You've already stated that Manchester City are not your contenders. So who are the contenders, and how do you think they will fare?
Yeah, I'm going to start with Pochettino at first. I don't think Pochettino is a good enough coach. I think if I go to PSG, I'll win the league. So I don't think that counts. I think for the contenders, actually, I think we should be looking at Liverpool. Liverpool have been doing they've had an amazing transfer window. Man U, I hope that we can actually compete as well. Well, I think it's going to be a three-way horse race, as well as Arsenal as well. So four, actually. But if I'm not going to be too biased, I feel like Arsenal and Liverpool stand a better chance to win the league. Aside Man U and Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea would be put up any fights. I think they have too much going on. That was going to be more of a distraction than motivation. So I think for me, it will be Arsenal, Man U, and Liverpool. I don't think Tottenham or Chelsea will compete. So it's a four-horse race for me. Newcastle, I think they will go for, let's say, Europa League, so 5th, 6th. But for top four, I think it's Man U, Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool.
All right,
I don't know the coming down.
All right, then let's move it along and talk about still on the Premier League. Let's talk about Harry Kane left the Premier League, which has opened the door for Erling. While he was still without Erling Haaland last season, we would have thought that Harry Kane would have won the Golden Boots without a doubt. But we're now seeing Harry Kane has left the Premier League. There's basically nobody who is as prolific as him, in the Premier League. Well, we have the likes of Marcus Rashford, and Manchester United just brought in Ojlund, from Atalanta. We have Gabriel Jesus in Arsenal. We have Mohamed Salah. Is there anybody who can contend with Erling Haaland this season? Give him a run for his money. He's already 2 goals ahead.
To be honest, I haven't forgot Salah was in Premier League. Yeah. Yeah, I think Salah should be able to give him a run for his money. I don't know if Rasmus will be able to do that, but I hope that he clicks for United. But I think Rashford should be a good shout as well. So I think it should be between Rashford, Haaland, and Salah. I think that should work. I also think that Darwin Nunez will have a good season as well. So you should watch out for him.
All right. We'll keep him on the watch out. But let's switch gears now. Let's move to Spain and let's talk about La Liga. La Liga also returned like the Premier League last night as Rayo Vallecano defeated Almeria on opening day, and also Sevilla lost to Valencia on opening day. But then let's talk about the champions, the reigning champions, Barcelona, who against all odds last season, losing Messi, losing a couple of players, losing more players this season, but bringing in some formidable players. Romeo came in, Gundogan came in, but it's a season where there are multiple challengers now in La Liga. There is no Messi, there's no Ronaldo, there's no Benzema for Real Madrid, but there's Lewandowski for Barcelona. How do you think La Liga will shape up this season? Do you think Barcelona would be able to retain their title, or is Real Madrid now poised in a position, to take over? Mind you, Real Madrid, for the very first time in a long time, are without Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, and Karim Benzema. They are all on their own for the very first time this season. And Atletico Madrid on the other side, also with Antoine Griezmann, who was the best player of the La Liga last season, with Memphis Depay in their ranks too. How do you see the La Liga season going?
I don't think Madrid would have a terrible season like they did last season. I don't think they are used to going trophyless like they did. So I think they would either win either the Champions League or the La Liga. But I think it's going to be a very tough one between them and Barcelona. Barcelona brought in like you said, Gundogan. I learned that also negotiating for Neymar as well. So that's also like the icing on the cherry. So I think it's going to be between Madrid and Barcelona. I think Barcelona will just pick it at the end. But knowing Madrid, Madrid is always Madrid. So you can never write them off.
You can never write them off. That's most excellent. Real Madrid are a team, stacked with some of the best young talents in the world, either with Vinicius, Camavinga, Rodrigo, and bringing in Jude Bellingham. But now let's move quickly to transfers. Harry Kane finally, just before we came on, has been confirmed as a Bayern Munich player. Completed his medicals in Germany, and for Kane, everyone has been talking about it. Harry Kane, should he stay? Should he leave? Michael Owen mentioned a couple of days ago that breaking the all-time record in the Premier League is more of a credible achievement than winning a trophy with Bayern Munich, who are constant winners in the German Bundesliga. Do you agree with that statement? Do you think Kane moving to winning a trophy with Bayern Munich as he's now become a player, or do you think he should have stayed in Spurs?
I think he has made the right decision. I think going to a team where you win the league or win trophies is the best for any player. Aside personal honors, like people say, football is a team sport, so you want to win something for the team. If you have, let's for example, say you are the highest scorer in England, for example, someday somebody will come and literally wipe that record off, and you probably be forgotten. I asked somebody the other day, I said, "Do you remember who was the first one?" Nobody remembers. So I think you'd rather just win trophies, get your medals, then probably come back to England and still break the record. So I think he has made the right decision for himself.
All right. Finally, let's talk about our Nigerian players. I'm in abroad, playing in abroad. A couple of them will resume, their season today. Teba Wini, Alex Iwobi, Emmanuel Dennis, Calvin Bassey will resume their season today. Your brother Tolu Alokodare, playing for Genk, has resumed the season in the Belgian Pro League with his team. We also have Victor Osimhen will resume his season next weekend with Napoli. Your general overview about these listed players. How do you think they will perform this season across board? Last season the Nigerian players really did us proud. Victor Osimhen was the top scorer in the Serie A. Tolu Alokodare was formidable in his league despite the injury. Awoni, rescued his team from relegation. Alex Iwobi was part of the best players in Everton. Terry Murphy was spectacular in League One. How do you think our boys will do across Europe this season?
I think they will do great. It goes to, without mention, Osimhen is going to do exceptionally well. He's already started showing it already. People I'm looking out for this season, Chukwueze, Boniface, because he went to Leverkusen. I think he's going to do amazingly well because he's a great footballer. I watched him play over the holiday. Ooh, that guy is great. Also, Terry Murphy, I think he could actually be someone to look out for as well. It still feels funny talking about Tolu and talking about Tolu because, well, yeah, we thank God he's doing well. He's doing really well already this season. We hope that the goals keep coming in, and by God's grace, they win the league, and by God's grace, move to the top.
Yeah, team. All right, then. Thank you very much, Chuck. Thank you for your astute analysis. Thank you for your brilliant breakdown of the issues that we had this morning. Thank you very much, Chuck.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye, guys.
All right, bye. Okay, it's been May with Church Alokodare discussing the return of football from the Premier League to the Laliga and the transfer saga, and also the Nigerian players playing across Europe. Well, that's a fine place to live it. The Premier League has returned. If you're a Premier League fan, La Liga fan, and football fan generally, make sure you tune in this weekend to enjoy some exciting football. And the Women's World Cup is still on. The semi-finals could continue today in the Women's World Cup. Well, it's Ayo Adams, and I'll be seeing you same time next week. Bye-bye for now.